What if you could put a life back together? Not from old letters or diaries, but from all the little digital pieces someone leaves behind on the internet. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're looking at the digital ghost of a man named Conrad Freeman, trying to understand this wild, almost unbelievable project he's working on, trying to bring his best friend back from the dead using AI.
And this is the line that just stops you in your tracks. It's the whole reason we're here. Think about that for a second. He's not just trying to remember his friend. He's trying to rebuild his consciousness, his personality, using nothing but the digital echoes he left behind. Okay, so to even begin to understand a quest like that, we first have to get a handle on the person behind it. And honestly, the best way to meet Conrad Freeman is through his own words online, which, you'll see, paint a picture of someone who is, well, complicated.
So on one hand, you get this side of him. This is a genuinely helpful comment he left for a single mom who was looking to make some extra cash. He's giving her real, practical advice. It's just a moment of pure, unexpected generosity. And then, on the complete other hand, you get this. A one-word, straight-to-the-point, aggressive response to someone he's arguing with. And this is what you see everywhere in his online footprint. This strange mix of being incredibly helpful and then just raw, unfiltered aggression.
But here's the thing, he's not just a commenter. The guy is a builder. He posts about these incredibly ambitious projects like this one, a super smart AI research assistant that can automatically connect and organize information. This shows you a mind that is constantly creating, always pushing at what's possible with technology.
And then you find this, the first huge piece of the puzzle. He just comes out and says his entire online persona is an act, a performance, and suddenly it all makes a weird kind of sense. The helpfulness, the anger, it's all a character he's playing, a tribute to the friend he lost.
So what happened to this friend? And how in the world did that lead to this strange intersection of grief and artificial intelligence? Well, that story begins with a moment of absolute trauma.
Just look at this timeline. It's staggering. On a single day, Valentine's Day 2023, his best friend is murdered, and on that same day, he becomes homeless, losing literally everything he owns. All he had left were some colored pencils. So what did he do? He started over, teaching himself two things from scratch, art and AI.
And this quote right here, this is basically his life's philosophy. He has this profound belief in taking trauma, taking the worst things that can happen to you, and channeling them into creating something. For him, AI isn't just a career or a hobby, it's the tool he uses to process unimaginable suffering and turn it into something new.
All right, so how does someone like this actually build things with AI? As you can probably guess, it's not by reading a textbook. He's got his own very unique method for learning and creating.
He calls it vibe coding, and it's a fascinating idea. Instead of studying all the theory first, he just jumps in and starts writing code based on a gut feeling, an intuition. The real learning, for him, happens after, when he goes back, reads the messy code he just wrote, and figures out how to fix all the bugs. It's basically learning by doing on steroids.
So here's the process, broken down in his own words. It's this super fast cycle. Intuit, build, reverse engineer, and fix. It might seem chaotic, but it's how he avoids getting stuck in what he calls tutorial hell, and it lets him learn incredibly complex stuff really, really fast.
Now, take a look at his digital toolkit. What's so interesting here is that it's a completely private local system. He's using all open source tools that run on his own machine, which gives him total control. He uses local LLMs as the brains, coding agents as his little helpers, web scraping tools to pull down data, and data systems to give his AI a memory. He's not using big tech's tools, he's building his own AI universe from the ground up.
So he's using all these tools to build things, but then he does something really remarkable. He turns them inward. He starts using his AI not just to create, but to analyze and to understand himself.
And check this out. It's like looking into two different mirrors. On the left, you have how he sees himself, as a generous person who has to hide that side of himself so people don't take advantage of him. But on the right, you have the AI's analysis of his writing. It thinks he's autistic, something he says other people tell him, but that he denies. He's literally using code to try and see the gap between who he believes he is and how the rest of the world sees him. This is an absolutely wild moment of AI-powered self-discovery. By feeding his own writing into a language model, he uncovers this core motivation that maybe he couldn't see on his own, that so much of what he does is driven by this deep, deep need to prove to people that he's smart.
But,
Going this deep into AI for self-reflection, it comes with some serious risks. He even brings up a question someone else asked, a question that really gets at the potential dangers of relying so heavily on an AI to shape your identity, to be your friend, to be your guide.
And that brings us to the final chapter, Resurrecting It Ghost. This is where everything we've talked about, the trauma, the vibe coding, the self-analysis, it all comes together in this one monumental project.
First, let's remember who this is all for. This isn't just some tech demo. It's for his friend, Chris, a homeless Marine that he met at a bus stop and took into his home. This whole insane project is rooted in this incredible act of friendship, maybe even a debt he feels he has to repay.
So how does he actually do it? Well, here it is, straight from him. He scrapes his own Reddit account, the one where he tells all of Chris's stories, and he feeds all that data into something called a knowledge graph. What that does is create a chatbot that doesn't just know facts about Chris, it holds his memories, his stories, his voice. And this quote just lays the whole goal bare. He's not trying to create some polite, sanitized version of his friend. He wants to bring back the real Chris, unfiltered, unapologetic. He's building a chatbot with no guardrails, one that will say absolutely horrible things, just like his friend used to. And he ends with this defiant, triumphant, and honestly pretty unsettling declaration. Chris is risen.
And that's where this story leaves us. When you look at this incredible tapestry of grief, technology, and identity, you have to ask yourself a final question. Is what he's building a beautiful, cutting-edge monument to a friend, a way to make sure he's never forgotten? Or, by trying to capture a soul in code, is he actually building a digital prison for a ghost?